What's up, tribe? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sarah Mutinda YouTube channel, and today I'll be her host in this show, and I have a guest. She'll introduce herself. I won't tell you what she does. So what's your name?
My name is QUINTER, aka Maria Queen.
What do you do?
I'm an author, filmmaker, and an actress as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to be a writer?
First and foremost, about my writing career, I started writing in class 4.
Wow.
I started writing shairis, and my Kiswahili teacher used to like them. So she was actually my first motivator.
Oh my God.
Till she went ahead and told my parents. She became a bit strict on me, but things were nice. As I continued writing, I became obsessed into writing. I kept writing until I couldn't do without writing, like the way you can't do without your guy or my guy.
No, that's my acting.
Yeah,
And my man.
Yeah, so I became like that. I couldn't do without it till I reached my high school. Then I realized there were online writing platforms. I started writing on those platforms. Before, we thought they were jokes, but later on, the platforms were payable.
Oh my God.
They began paying me money.
Auntie
Imagine I used to have money, gosh. Not until they closed the company and they gave up a little. But later on, my grandma started telling me, no, Queen, just go back, right? My grandma became my motivator again to go on to writing. That's why I'm back into writing right now.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to my grandma, Merikadiri. I love you.
So, who inspired? Who is that one person who inspired you to be a writer?
That one person who inspired me to be a writer, I'd say it's Ken Walibora. Although I was at some point I was young and naive. I just wrote because I loved writing. But when I read other books like for Gungi wa Thiongo, as in my parents are both teachers. No, not my parents, my grandma and my mother, they are both teachers. So they used to bring me books while I was young. When I read them, I get motivated to write. When I reached high school, reading Ken Walibora, Margaret Ogola, then I told myself, nice, I can make such novels, why not? I can do this, man, I can do this, why not?
Yeah.
So I'd say those are the authors that motivated me. Kenyan authors, online authors, and Ken Walibora, Margaret Ogola, Gungi wa Thiongo, those people motivated me.
Okay, makes sense. So, are there any challenges you face as a writer or as an author?
Yes, I have actually lost a whole fucking book. I gave my book to a churchmate, and he kept telling me that, your book will be published. I will help you publish your poems. Imagine I gave that man. Okay, yeah. He might pass this interview some time back, so I wouldn't want to. So I won't call him a fucking man, I'd just call him a man. I gave this man my book, and he told me he'd publish for me. A few months later, I asked him, where's my book? He's telling me it's in Egypt. So not until now, I am 25, and my book is still in Egypt. And now the man is married to a Mzungu. I can't destroy a marriage because of a book.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I can't. So I just let it go.
But you know you're right. You have the right to sue him.
I know I have the right to sue him, but when I was young and naive, I didn't know about my rights.
Yeah,
now that I know them, I can't do something like that. And he went with the original copy. I could have sued him if I had the original copy of my book.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that man, wherever you are, just know you did me wrong, but have a happy marriage.
Kama is a bitch.
Kama is a bitch, yeah.
No. So, have you ever traveled as research for your book?
Yes, I've ever.
To where?
My book, Married at 16, I wrote it based on the Maasai culture. I have a Maasai friend. We studied in the same primary school. So I went in search of him. I've traveled to Narok. Yeah, I've toured Narok. I've known their culture, I've learned it. So when I came and wrote my book, Married at 16, I wrote it based on their culture, but in a hidden manner, that people won't know, oh, this is Kenyan Maasai culture. When writing, creativity, man, creativity. Yeah. So I wrote it in a manner they won't know I'm writing about their culture.
Wow. That's so nice. So how many books have you written?
I've written 20
Are
books
they published?
and 5 poetry books. One of my poetry books has just finished being published, so it's supposed to be launched by the end of August.
Oh my god, I can't
And
wait.
actually 5 of my online books have been published online, so I'm in my 6th book right now. Yeah.
So in total, how many books have you published?
In total, I've
6 or 5?
published 7 books.
7. Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite snack or drink when you're writing?
When I was young, I didn't know, but now I know. Wine. Wine is my favorite drink while writing, and my favorite snack is crepes. So wine gives me a certain motivation that I need, but there's another part that makes me to stop because I'm a little bit addicted. So yeah, but wine. If you want me to write nice scripts, just get me wine. Yeah.
And when you're writing a book or when you're writing, do you listen to music? And if yes, what's your favorite song?
Yes, I do listen to music a lot, but music with tunes, not they're called lyrics.
Yeah.
I just like tunes, school music. I get them in YouTube. They run for almost 1 hour, but I can write books listening to the music for 8 hours without disturbance.
Wow.
Nakuwaga mkali, I don't
Nice.
normally like disturbance.
Shopping.
Even when I was at home and I kept writing, my mom would call me, Quinter, yes? I was like that. Yani your mother, I'm calling you and you're like, yes? And I'm like, yes, I'm writing. Yeah, so I think that's how much I told you before, I was obsessed and I'm still obsessed in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you celebrate yourself when you finish writing a book? You're like, damn, I need to do this. And just
When I finished writing the book, I mean, it's my life. I really enjoy my life. I tell myself, damn, this girl has done it. This girl has really, really done it. And what about her kids? They'll be proud of her. Because when I do something in my life, I think about the future. Okay, a little bit I don't think about the spice, but I think about the kids, you know?
Yeah.
So I celebrate with myself at first because it's about me. Then I go out and celebrate with my friends. I became overexcited at work, at school. Yeah. So, yeah, I celebrate with myself, then with friends and families.
And what risks have you taken with your writing that have paid off?
Publishing my book online and signing contracts which I know nothing about.
Yeah, true.
Those are the risks I've taken. And some have paid off, some haven't, but you know there's this saying that you shouldn't give up. So
Yeah.
I don't give up easily because you don't know when or what will happen. Yeah, but I'd say the most painful part is when I lost my writing followers on Instagram 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh my god. If your book was made into a movie, which actors will play your characters?
I'd first cast myself
Girl.
because to be honest,
Self-love.
it's self-love, but to be honest, a bit of things in the book is always about me.
Yeah, true.
So I'd feel good acting my own book, acting something which I've written about myself. Then I'd cast my own best friend.
That's Tina, right? Christy?
Yeah, she's Christine. She's also a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Then I'd cast you because I know you're an actor. I've witnessed your acting, especially in the trailer of my book 16 Candles of Love.
Yeah.
You guys can go watch it. It's on YouTube. Yeah.
And what about the other one?
Which one?
Toxic, whatever.
Oh, In a Flash of a Moment.
Yeah, in a flash of a moment.
Yeah, you can also go watch In a Flash of a Moment in YouTube. It
That's
has
my
40K
favorite.
views. She was one of my actors. That's why I would cast her for my
The
book.
female lead character.
I've seen her work. So, yeah. Sure.
And have you ever killed off a character your readers loved?
Yes, I've killed a character.
Why?
I've killed the person whom I claimed was the love of my life.
Why?
Because the book I literally dedicated to that person. But at the end, that person came back and hurt me. So I had to kill this person in the book and adventure a new one in order for me in the process of healing. So I killed that character. But I've killed others. Others just had to die, you know, so that I would achieve what I wanted to achieve with my novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I can ask you, if you could spend a day with another popular author, whom would you choose? Like For example, I'm an actor. I have my favorite actor, kina Kate actress, kina Philip. Like, who's your favorite?
Actually, if I were to choose one of my favorite one of my favorite authors,
Yeah.
I would choose Ken Walibora, but he's already dead. So I know of one from Wattpad, and I know of one who we exchanged contacts a few years ago. He's called Legit Alpha. He makes very nice books. I'd choose to stay with them for a day just to get to learn from them, the challenges they face, how they come up with their books, because sometimes it's hard for you to tell someone how you come up with your books because ni kitu inatoka tu kwa akili.
Yeah, I get you.
But I'd like to stay with them to know more about them.
And has writing and publishing a book changed the way you see yourself? Has it?
Yes, writing and publishing a book has changed the way I see myself. Because before I saw myself maybe as a person who couldn't do anything. It has changed me into a mature person that I am right now. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing.
It has changed me into a mature person that I am right now. Although sometimes I'm a little bit petty, it has changed me. It has changed me, my career-wise. It has changed my name. Because before, when I was a writer, when I used to write in the platform which closed like a few years back, I got known Nigeria, China. I got known worldwide. Even, you remember, I have a friend called Yvonne. She kept telling me, have you read this book, Married at 16? She didn't know I was the author. And I'm actually like, I'm the author. And she's like, wow, our roommates, our cube mates speak about that book. Then when we walked, she was there telling Chalo, oh, this is the writer. And I was like, wow. So people are really reading my book. That one gives me a motivation to keep on writing. That's why if writing and publishing has changed me, it has changed me into a very better person than I was before.
And do you see writing as a kind of spiritual or therapeutic practice? Like, is it therapy to you?
Writing is therapy to me, I'd say, because sometimes I do get depressed at times, and when I write, I get a lot of happiness. The depression goes away, although inaweza kuwa inarudi at some point, but I find peace in my heart. So I'd say writing is therapeutic to me. And talking about spiritual, I don't know. I just know it's therapeutic. I'd do that for a living.
Okay. And if you wouldn't write for a living, what would you probably work for?
If I wouldn't write for a living?
Yeah.
You mean if I put writing aside?
Yeah, what would you do?
I would be a filmmaker and an actor. That's what I'd do. Although even film involves writing, but in my own career, that's what I've always done ever since I was young. I've always acted, wrote. Although at some point I did a very different career from film, which was business administration, but that's who I am.
And who has been the biggest supporter of your writing?
I'd say the biggest supporter of my writing is my mom, my grandma. My grandma's been my biggest supporter because when I gave up on writing, she kept pushing me. Go do it, girl. Go do it, girl. It's you. They'd stay with me at home until 3 o'clock at night, just for me to finish my writing for the day. Then we go sleep. So I'd say my mom and my grandma, they're my biggest supporter. They're the people who, if right now I succeed in my writing, I'm telling you, I'm buying them jet.
Shout out to the grandma.
Shout out to the grandma, Mirikadiru, wherever you are. I love you.
Do you have other
Shout
writers
out to
in the
my mom
family?
too.
Is your grandma a writer too?
We have artists. My mom is a musician.
Wow.
Apart from being a teacher, her songs are on YouTube. But I won't talk much about her. Maybe you'll see her interviewed someday on TV. So, my dad was also, my dad has been a DJ. So my uncles have been actors. They have acted on stage. Although at some point they gave up on the career, but my aunt is a singer. So I'd say I got my career from them. My brothers are filmmakers, both my elder brothers. So I'd say I get it from them. Yeah.
And can you describe yourself in 3 words? Just 3 words.
I'm amazing. harsh at times, and beautiful. That's how I describe
Can you
myself.
tell us something that we, your readers, don't know about you?
You, my readers, don't know about me. What I'd say is, what you don't know about me is that maybe what I write in my books is not basically what is going on in my life at that point. What you don't know about me? What don't you know about me?
Nothing.
What don't you know about me? There are a lot of things which people don't know about me, which I wouldn't love to say.
Okay.
I'd love to keep it private and confidential because I don't even think my family members know any fucking thing about me about that. Yeah, they're just a lot.
So last but not the least, where can we find your books?
My books are found on various platforms, Pocket FM, Web Novel, iStory, WordPress, Word Poetry, and also physical books. And if you want to know more about my books, you can follow me at Authoress Quinter, because I post on different platforms at different times, so you can never know.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you become my number one fan, you can never know. Maybe I'll even buy you a limousine.
You yourself don't even have one.
I can. You know, we can never know. Maybe I just get out of here and I'm going somewhere and poop, something has just happened.
Yeah.
And madam, yeah. So I believe in fate, and I believe in great things always happening. I have faith. That's why I talk like that. It's not pride.
And I love your courage.
Thank you.
So guys, thanks for watching. Tune in for part 2. That's our guest, Quinter, Authoress Quinter or Maria Queen. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Another last thing is you can follow me on Facebook as Authoress Quinter. I write very nice romance quotes for you and your partner. I care about you, loved ones. So
Pinterest.
don't forget to follow.
Facebook na hiyo.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.